crime would you hang on your wall if you could? My 13-year-old son Caden got suspended for tampering with school property and interfering with an official academic competition. I had to leave work at the bank to meet with the principal about lifting his suspension. Caden had been home for 2 days already. Thursday afternoon, and Principal Martelli wanted to discuss next steps for his punishment. She'd made it clear on the phone that expulsion was still on the table. It was just the three of us, sitting in her office. Caden still had adhesive residue on his fingertips from removing all those labels. He kept picking at it while we waited for the principal to start. The office smelled like coffee and disappointment. Ms. Logans, what Caden did was completely unacceptable, Principal Martelli began. He destroyed months of preparation. Students worked hard on their projects. I understand you're upset, I said, but Caden's never been in trouble before, not even a detention. There is no excuse for what he did. He removed every single name tag and number from every project the night before judging. We have him on security camera entering the gym on Sunday night. Caden, why did you do this? I said, because it wasn't fair, Caden told both of us. Not fair? Principal Martelli's voice rose. You made it chaos. The judges were completely confused. That's the point, Caden said quietly. Excuse me? The principal asked. There was a knock on the door before Caden could answer. Come in, the principal called. 3 judges entered the room. You asked us to come provide testimony about Monday's disaster, Judge Camello said. She was wearing another expensive suit and looked annoyed to be there. Yes, please tell Ms. Logans what her son's actions caused, Principal Martelli said. Judge Rowland spoke first. We arrived Monday morning expecting to evaluate projects in order. Instead, nothing had names or numbers. We didn't know where to start. We had specific projects we were supposed to evaluate carefully, Judge Camello added, then caught herself. What do you mean specific projects? I asked. Nothing, just, we like to pay attention to past winners' siblings, strong science families, she said quickly. Judge Winslow nodded. Some families have a tradition of winning. We know to look for quality there. Caden pulled out his phone. I have something you should hear. Put that away, Principal Martelli said. This is not the time. No, listen, Caden insisted, and hit play before anyone could stop him. Mrs. Geller's voice filled the room, crystal clear. Don't worry, the judges know what name and number the project is. I paid them well to give you the top spot. Carson Geller, number 23, the robot display. The judges' faces went white. Carson's young voice continued on the recording. But Mom, what if they ask me how it works? They won't ask anything, sweetie. It's all arranged. Just smile and accept your ribbon. The recording ended. The room was absolutely silent. Judge Rowland covered her face with her hands. Parents have always made donations. We thought it was just appreciation. You took money to pick winners? Principal Martelli's voice was deadly quiet. At a middle school science fair? Do you have footage of the judging? I said. The school records everything, right? Principal Martelli pulled up the video on her laptop. She turned the sound up. The 3 judges appeared on screen, standing at the first table Monday morning. They looked confused and frustrated. Where are the names? Judge Camello said on video. How are we supposed to find 23? I don't see any numbers anywhere, Judge Rowland added. The Geller project should be the robot. That's what she said. There are 3 robot projects here, Judge Winslow said, looking at his list. Which one is it? They all look similar. They moved from table to table, growing more frustrated. This is impossible, Judge Camello said on screen. Should we call someone? Judge Rowland asked. Maybe Mrs. Geller? No, that would look suspicious. Let's just judge them normally. We may need to refund Mrs. Geller, Judge Camello decided. The video showed them actually examining each project. At one point, Judge Camello stopped at a water filtration system. Her whole demeanor changed. This is incredible. This student really understands science. Look at this design. It's brilliant. At another table with a robot, she barely glanced at it. Store-bought. No creativity. Probably a parent's work. Principal Martelli paused the video. Her face was grim. That robot you dismissed? That was Carson Geller's project. The water filter that impressed you? That was made by Addison Logans, who's barely passing English. The prosthetic hand? The principal continued. Franklin Stone. His little brother was born without fingers. Caden spoke up. Franklin worked on that project every day after school. Addison used materials from the recycling center because her family couldn't afford supplies. They had real problems to solve. Judge Camello finally spoke. We've been taking donations for years. We thought we were just being appreciated for our time. You were taking bribes, I said flatly, to rig a children's competition. Principal Martelli looked at the judges, then at Caden, then at me. The scores from Monday's blind judging are in the system. Addison won first place, Franklin second, Dimitri third. You can't let those stand, Judge Camello said weakly. Why not? You scored them fairly when you didn't know whose they were. Those are the official scores.